ep11.
Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing thinking outside of the box. Now, what is thinking outside of the box, also known as TOTB? To discuss this, we have our very own Lee and Abid. Alright guys, so what is TOTB?
You know what? That is a really good question, Kayla, and this is why I'm here today to ask Mr. Lee. What exactly is thinking outside the box? Because I do know that this question is, this phrase is used a lot.
Yes.
But if you could go into a little more detail. Yes.
Yeah, it is as if like somebody comes to you and say, Abid, use your head.
Okay.
Think. Innovate. So technology, when somebody asks you to do that, be inventive. Does it really help you?
Not really.
No.
I mean, they're not giving you a direction to go in, right?
Yes. But courses are being taught on how to innovate and how to invent new technology, etc. And today we go into this Thought B business.
Okay.
Thinking outside the business, thinking outside the box by saying what are the examples of things that they do. So today we're going to work on three samples, three examples of what they do. Okay.
Okay.
Number one.
So we do have one pulled up here.
The riddle is connect these 9 dots with only 4 continuous straight lines.
All right.
Right.
So you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I'll see how it goes.
In the interest of time, we work together. Go ahead and do that.
So I'll start from here.
4 lines. Don't lift your hand.
Okay.
Now here you keep going and outside the box. Now instead, whoops.
I made a mistake.
Let's try again. Yeah, back there. Good. Go outside the box. That's what they mean. This is the best example of these courses. Okay. And when you try to connect more than 9 dots, it's actually easier to do with fewer lines.
Okay.
So this teaches you not to be restricted by in your mind an invisible box. Think outside the box. This is the classic example when they teach these courses what they do.
Okay, that makes sense.
Number 2.
All right. So number 2 we have.
Drill number 2. This is a cake.
Okay. Doesn't look too tasty.
You are asked to cut this cake into 8 pieces, equal pieces, with only 3 cuts.
Okay.
So you know the answer. Let's work with it together. Show that.
Show the viewers how you would do it.
So, therefore, please.
So basically, what you would do is you would first of all split the cake in half from
This
the middle.
way. Yes. Horizontal cut. So,
and we will have it up in 1 second. Excuse me.
And the answer is Miss America. You cut it with 3 cuts. Once horizontally, and the other 2 vertically. So 2 pieces.
Okay.
3,
so when you make the first cut, you're basically splitting the cake
2,
in 2, and then
you double and double, and you have
that
8
makes
pieces.
sense.
So what this teaches people is think different dimensions.
All right.
If you are inventing something technologically, think of the solution, and maybe you should think with a different angle. Is there a different dimension to deal with?
Okay, so don't be limited to just 2D
right.
kind of things. Okay.
Number 3, we're going to go back to your 9 dots. Now, very often these days, if you're in a company of technology, your boss says, Abid, you're yesterday's hero. You invented something last time, you used 4 lines, you connected 9 dots very nicely, you even give me 11 dots. You're yesterday's hero. Now, what are you going to do for me next year?
Okay.
Can you do better than that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's the question that some of these courses are teaching you. What if you do this and you now say, okay, you look at the fundamental question itself and say, if I fold this piece of paper into 3 lines, I can connect all 9 dots with 1 line. So you think outside the box, beyond the box that we used before. Now you think a 3-dimensional box, and you have changed the whole ground rule, like Alexander did with the Gordian knot. He just, never mind, I just gonna cut the knot, right? So you will do that. Let's go back and start saying, okay, can we actually teach?
Well, yeah, that is a really good question, because there's courses out there, but do they really help you? Can they really teach you how to think outside the box?
Yes. And today we'd like to do this, please.
Okay.
SOFEW.
So what
I proceed, and may I suggest very humbly that you can actually teach to be a little bit better in inventiveness if you keep thinking of these things.
Okay.
These.
Okay, so let's start it off with the first one.
S. What does it stand for?
Stands for science.
Yes,
right?
science and technology. therefore have broken up into new
Groundbreaking stuff. I mean,
yes.
yeah, they're anything that has been innovated in the past century has, you know, it's because of science, and they've taken us so far.
That's right. So you have to be with it. If a major trend's happening, you can be benefited by it with new jobs, or you can be swept away by new waves. So number two.
Number two is overuse of your brain, which I must say I don't use a lot, but I'm guilty of this one.
Let me go back to the number one, which is science and technology is keeping up and making us understand that now that for all of us, the brain can continue to be flexible and elastic. So many scientists continue to function very well in the 60s and 70s. The brains of well-used brain. Okay. Now, for children also, how the brain develops. Also, if you keep up with it, you might be able to be more inventive.
Okay.
3, F stands for F.
F stands for fundamental brain skills.
Yes, fundamentals. You need
so like the basic stuff, right? How to add, how to multiply, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
If you don't have math, you cannot be a nuclear scientist
That's
in
fair
the next
enough.
generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Now we can go to
the second last one, which
the
is
second last one.
the environment.
Now, yes, but the environment is what you do.
I would say when I hear that, I think it's what's surrounding you. I mean, where you grow up. Would I be right?
Yes, but it also means what? You get along with the environment that are creative. Meaning, let me put it this way. What sandbox are you playing in? So if you're playing a very nice, clean sandbox, the kids in that sandbox will rub up on you, and the sand that are clean will rub up on you. If you play in a blue sandbox, you might get blue on you. So if you're with inventive people, you might likely, without knowing it, be very inventive. So their friends also, college and universities, if you're in there, that's a very good environment, but don't restrict yourself to those only. Really, it's yourself. Internally, are you curious? Are you always thinking of new things? Are you trying to find out something that you don't know, that is a major trend? For example, do you know how Google works?
I actually don't.
So that's something that if you think, man, every day I'm using it and I don't know what it is, shouldn't you know?
All right.
Last one is
walk funny. This one makes me laugh the most.
Yes, walk funny. Yes, walk backwards. A very good friend, the mechanic, said to me, he says, I look at the machine, she talks to me. One day it was pieces, now it's in I can repair anything. Therefore, walk backwards, re-engineer everything. Bye.
Alrighty.
Think positive. Thought big.
Cool.
All right, well, thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I guess the next time that you'll be here together, you'll be talking about this method again. After the break, we'll come back to discuss technological news. So see you guys in a bit. Thanks again. That was really cool.
Very good.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Good job.
We're only at 8.